वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा।
Namaste everybody. Good morning and good evening to all Sanatanis who have tuned in to watch and listen to these 4 projects that we have lined up today. These are ground people, Hindus who are working for the survival of, and the propagation of our dharma. Yesterday we had Shri Sanjay Dikshit ji giving us his kind words and guidance in leading the whole project of VSI. Vikramaditya Strategic Initiative, the VSI has been started to give a platform to Hindus who are doing brilliant work on ground. This is not about intellectualizing and giving sermons to others that do this and do that. These are Hindus who are actually fighting it out on the ground, who have got the bull by the horn. And my request to all fellow Sanatanis who are watching this telecast is to help propagate the work of these brilliant people working on the ground. Try to give them funds, as much money we can, so that their work gets augmented. Please remember, we are fighting against 3 very well-oiled, well-funded enemies of dharma: the jihadis, the missionaries, and the Marxists. With great fortune and Mahadev's blessings, internet has come around to unite us all in the common cause of survival and propagation of our beautiful Sanatan Dharma. A Dharma which is the oldest living civilization on this globe. A Dharma which is the Sharan Asthali for every human being, for every right-thinking human being. A Dharma which is so liberal in its thought that even allows atheism as a way of life. A Dharma which lets every individual be. You do whatever you want to do with your life, as long as you do not interfere with my life and you do not break the law of the land. Such a beautiful thought deserves protection. It deserves Kshatriyas to fight for it, and it deserves people who give their Arthadanam to empower these Kshatriyas. I'm writing a book on Mewar Maharanas and their opposition to jihad for 1,000 years. And every single time, every single king was so dependent on money to fund his armies that the importance of giving danam, giving dan to fellow Hindu dharmics cannot be overstated. So, with these words, I hand over the floor to our host for today's morning and evening in the USA, Richa Gautam. She's kindly consented to take us through these 4 beautiful projects. We'll have a Q&A session after every project has been telecast, and we will be constantly displaying the links and the email addresses of these projects, so that any Sanatani who wants to connect with these beautiful people can always do it on his own. Over to you, Richa. Kaisi hain aap? Namaste.
Namaste, Omiji. Namaste to everybody. I'm doing well. And I think we had a great response yesterday, Omiji.
Yeah.
So I want to thank everyone for tuning in again today. And as you talked about Dana, I think last year, I think we had a conference which was live, right, Omiji? Do you want to talk a little bit about that? The VSI one that we had last year.
Yeah, that was we did it in Dallas. It was in 2019, towards the end of 2019. Yeah, 2020 went on because barren because of the COVID thing.
Yes.
So we had about 300 odd delegates, and we had about 36 projects doing their presentations, and we were able to raise about $100,000 in Dharmanch, and the money was immediately sent to the individual projects. So we decided that we will continue the tradition of the VSI. This will be an annual event. We can also do it more frequently if we get more projects, more concise and more organized way. But yes, this is going to be an yearly event, and we will reach out to the global Hindu community and focus our work on uh, strengthening and creating a network of Sanatanis. I can share the end goal with everybody here who's watching. The end goal of VSI is to create a Dharmanch Foundation where we go in for uh, a massive inflow of funds needed to fight this survival war, this clash of civilizations. And the target is to reach to 1 crore Hindus on the globe, take 100 rupees per month dharmansh from them. So we get a pool of 100 crore rupees every month. That is the money we are looking for if we have to fund each of these projects to their to a logical end and to function in a well-oiled, in a well-sustainable manner. Because this whole idea of swayam sevaks and all is not going to work in today's world. We need paid people. We need people who are constantly thinking for us. We need people who are constantly churning ideas. And we need kshatriyas, we need warriors who fight for us on the ground. Everything runs with money. So the end goal of VSI is to create a Dharmanch Foundation. I hope with the kind of good response we are getting, that by middle of this year, we will be having a functional Dharmanch Foundation.
Thank you, Omiji. So I think the operative word for today is dana, because yeah. So I think one of the important thing is that, as Hindus, we have sort of forgotten that used to always be part of our culture, right?
No, we haven't. We are giving money at the wrong places. If I may say so, it might sound arrogant to say that, but very humbly I'm submitting that stop giving money to temples. I mean, if you have so much inclined to give it to temples, give it, but then distribute it. We're asking for 100 rupees a month, which like what? It works out to take $1.5. That's it.
I mean, in the US, I think the benchmark should be at least $10, $15, $20. I think all of us can do a minimum of that. And,
$10 a month.
Yes.
$10 1 month to Hindu Seva Kendram or Auroveda or any Hindu organization.
Absolutely.
And it has to be a monthly. It has to be a monthly basis, which need not be reminded to everybody. This has to come spontaneously. Hindus have to understand this, that there are people who are staking their lives. Rinku Sharma, who was killed the other day, was very active in Gharvapsi.
Yes.
He has been killed for a reason. He has not been killed randomly. So we have to understand that in this war, it's a war going on right now. We need not remind Hindus that okay, give dharmach. That should come as is happening with the Abrahamic faiths, right? They don't need to remind them, or they do in the fear of hell and God. Do we want to go on that path? We don't. So that the spontaneity of dharmanch has to start taking roots in Hindu consciousness, so that this is a steady stream of money coming for the Hindu projects, so that the people who are working on the ground are not under any kind of stress that their monthly expenditures are going to be met. and they work freely. They fight such a vile and hideous enemy, equipped with money, equipped with legal backing, and equipped with that grit and determination that Swami Vivekananda talked about, the spine of steel. That's what we're looking for.
Thank you, Amiji. So with that, I will introduce our first project with that. And like I said, Dana is the operative word of today. And, people yesterday, many of you have donated. Thank you so much. We had at least 6,000 to 8,000 people tune in on various platforms. And thank you so much for all that attention that you're giving to these projects. I've had people calling me and telling me how thrilled they are to listen to everything. And, some of them have asked me, is the project genuine? How do I find that out? And if you want to find that out, just go volunteer for that project. I volunteer and I go and, talk to people and find out what exactly is going on the ground, and I have always found very genuine people behind these projects. No one is going to spend their time doing anything like this. And, it's not like Hindu, we have too many such projects. We need more and more people coming in. So if you were thinking of some ideas, please go ahead and, start something of your own. But meanwhile, please donate. Please donate. And, don't think when you give taxes, or give money to the government, there is a lot of money that gets lost. Famously, Rajiv Gandhi once said $15, 15 rupees per 100 rupees actually gets utilized in the right way. And here I can promise you the efficiencies are much, much better. So all of them are sevaks, they really are fighting for Hindu Dharma and our dharmic people. So without thinking, just give the money. And, if you want to participate, go participate. But donations, raising awareness, building narrative, there are various ways to contribute. And please do your bit. As Hindus, we all need to rise and awake and, not stop, because the goal is really far. We have a long way to go. But with this, let me get on to our first project, which is called Dana Dharma. And Dana Dharma is that hidden gem that we have discovered, in VSI. I mean, a lot of the projects are known to us and we are constantly hearing about them. But Dana Dharma has been doing phenomenal work on the ground. And there are 3 reasons that we should notice it and, promote it. The first reason is the geography where it exists. It exists in and works in Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. And we all know what is going on there, unless we're hiding behind a rock. We all know the kind of, conflict that is going on, temple desecrations, idol desecrations, things like that are going on, church planting. So we really need to stand up and help Dana Dharma, which is doing phenomenal work on the ground, existing in every district in Andhra Pradesh and at least half of the districts in Telangana. And also, secondly, I feel that, they are working in Harijanwadas, where I think it's a slap in the face of people who are always calling us out on caste discrimination and all that, forgetting that caste is not even a Hindu word. So always fight back when people say caste in Hinduism, because caste is not a Hindu word at all. So, and thirdly, I was very, very impressed when the first time I heard Venkat tell me about the leadership programs that they try to build up on the ground. So, I don't want to steal his thunder. Let him talk about it and tell us a little bit more about what exactly Dana Dharma does and why we should all support it. Venkat Vutukuri.
My name is Venkat Vutukuri from Guntur, Andhra Pradesh, Bharat. I've been working in business intelligence and analytics area for the last 16 years and currently working as a senior manager in a biotech company in San Francisco Bay Area, USA. This is Venkat Vutukuri, founder, Dana Dharma Charitable Trust. I would like to first of all thank Vikramaditya Strategic Initiative 2021, and the entire team who is conducting this great opportunity for all dharmic NGOs. Today, I would like to take this opportunity and introduce Dana Dharma Charitable Trust to each one of you. Dana Dharma Charitable Trust was started in 2014 as a small dharmic WhatsApp group, and we thought of sharing the sense of seva and the sense of dharma, which is hand in hand. We started with a group of 4 people in 2014, and now we expanded to almost 9 countries with more than 250 volunteers over the globe. Dana Dharma. This term is so familiar with all of us. Dana, the seva, and dharma, the dharmic aspect in our Sanatana Dharma. On the seva side, we do a lot of projects with Feed Pregnant Mother, supporting school kids education, blankets drive, health camps for the elderly, Annadanam, so on. On the dharmic side, we restore small Harijana Girijana Vada Grama Devata temples, support Veda Pathshala, Goshala, create dharmic awareness in villages, and support foot soldiers who are selflessly working on the ground to support many dharmic initiatives. As you can see, Dana Dharma Charitable Trust, though looks like a regular seva activities, the Feed for Pregnant Mother, old age homes, restoring Grama Devata temples, hospitals, and most of our projects are epicentered at the Grama Devata temples in Harijana Girijana Vadas, where, as we all know today, there is a hell lot of conversions going on the ground. Without the seva, it is almost impossible to bring them back to Sanatana Dharma. This is where a like-minded group of IT employees, both from Bharat and across the globe, have come together to set up this organization. And I'm very happy and I'm proud. This trust has changed my life and many volunteers who are selflessly working on the ground. Before I go to the main goals of our organization, I would like to show you what we achieved so far, both from Dana and Dharma. The Feed Pregnant Mother initiative that we started in 2017 in accordance with the Pradhan Mantri Suraksha Matrusri Abhiyan project. We support feed pregnant mothers throughout 6 locations in both Telugu states. We go to the public health centers, educate the women with the help of the medical staff, and donate fruits, create awareness, do Annadanam with a Hindu presence in the hospital. This is more important. The reason being, today Seva is actually considered an alien element of Hinduism. Seva only means Christianity. Seva only means somebody else, not Hindu Dharma, not Sanatana Dharma. This is where in almost all the projects, we carry a flag, show a photo of Ram, and create a dharmic awareness and a Hindu image in all our projects. And the number of beneficiaries for this project is more than 18,000 people so far. The education support, it looks like a regular kids donation, kids books activity donation, but it's not. In spite going to their schools, we actually go to their villages, streets, to their homes and donate the books, slippers, bags, and again, Seva by Hindu Dharmic organizations and create a presence through Seva in Harijana Girijan colonies. The blankets donation drive, we actually go to the dharmic orphanages, dharmic old age homes, and on the streets with the Hindu flags, and then say that Seva is a part of our culture and Sanatana Dharma. And Anna Prasada Seva, as always, We do this in auspicious times, and a couple of locations we almost do every day, feeding 200 to 300 street homeless people. And especially for the size of Dana Dharma Charitable Trust, we are proud to say, during the Corona lockdown pandemic in Bharat, we were able to serve more than 75,000 meals with the size of our trust. There are a lot of volunteers, support staff, and donors who were actually participating in this event. The Corona lockdown has not only affected people, but also the stray animals, cows, dogs, and many of them have gone with no food. So Dana Dharma Charitable Trust have been immensely happy to support more than 40 to 50 events on the ground, helping these stray animals. These are our Dana projects or Seva projects. And coming to the Dharmic projects, most of our projects are epicentered with the Grama Devata temples. Every Kartika Masam, Dana Dharma Charitable Trust helps more than 1,000 Grama Devata temples with puja kits. The puja, the Kartika Masam being more importance to the lighting of the lamp, we give them enough resources, a kit that would suffice for the entire Kartika Masam. And we go to each and every village, Grama Devata temple, talk to them, talk to the priest, and understand what is the problem they're facing. And you will be shocked to know, and most Grama Devata temples are no more. There is nobody to take care of them. The secular governments have already depleted the lands, resources, and the power of these Grama Devata temples. Today, most of our volunteers have to go find out who is responsible for these Grama Devata temples and try to make sure there is a light in the temple. That is the pathetic situation of our Grama Devata temples today in Andhra Pradesh and Telangana states. This will give us enough footprint to restore any Grama Devata constructions that we do for the rest of the year. We started this project in 2018 with 200 temples, 2019 with 500, and last year we supported more than 1,300 temples, going door to door and doing this puja donation kits. The Samuhika Puja are the group events, both in Kartika Masam, Deepavali, Dashara, and Mahashivaratri. We select the core remote Harijana Girijana Vardas, which are likely hit by the conversion affected areas and the conversion mafia, which is very strong. We select those colonies, work with our volunteers, check out the plan, and do the Samuhika Puja, which will bring a lot of awareness on the ground, especially with our Harijana Girijana brothers. If you see, a lot of these pictures are in the remotest places where even today the cell phone signal is far to reach. And again, the village Veda Padashala, today we see Veda Padashalas in towns, cities, big Veda Padashalas, big temples. But who is going to take care of the small village deities, small Veda Padashala, small Goshala? This is where we bring a change. During the Corona lockdown time, we had several requests from Vedic scholars asking us to help. The great thing we have done is to chant for Lokakshema, and then we donated rice to all these scholars. That was received with grace, and many organizations started to follow this practice. And today, we are proud to say Dana Dharma Charitable Trust has lightened so many lives of the Vedic scholars who are still learning our Sanatana Dharma and Vedas. The Goshala support will bring a sustainable change to the village Goshalas. All the Dana Dharma members support these Goshala with celebrating their birthdays, wedding days, and Pitru Karmas. So by just donating 1,000 rupees on their day, and we send them a nice video of how the puja, Go Seva, Gomata puja was done, So this not only brings internal happiness, peace, by celebrating the Gomata Puja on their birthdays and special days, and it also creates a sustainable source of funding for these Goshala. So Dana Dharma is proud to associate with at least 4 to 5 Goshalas in this fashion. And mainly, all these Dana and Dharmic activities are epicentered in and around the Grama Devata temples. Today, if you see, the Grama Devata temples are in more pathetic conditions than ever before. The resources are depleted far wide, with all the secular governments, and the big temple fundings are actually going to the secular governments and nobody to take care of these small temples. Even now, we receive almost 5 to 10 projects on a monthly basis for very small support, like flooring, like a small mic, a light, a pump. So this is the situation of our Grama Devata temples. We are not really able to preserve our culture. That is a breeding ground for the conversion mafia to come attack our Dharma. So if you see these temples, most of them are in Harijana Girijana Vadas, very small. These are the people who are the torch bearers for our Dharma. Nobody to support, nobody to call, nobody to share their dharmic values. If you see, most of these temples most of these temples have been constructed, half built, nowhere to go. This is where we take up the projects and make sure we create a trust and infrastructure, create flyers, videos, make them viral on Facebook and social media, and make sure we get enough fundings, not just from Bharat, from across the globe. If you see on the right-hand side, this is a viral project that was done by Dana Dharma Charitable Trust. On the top right-hand side corner, you can see the other religions marks there. So this has got to be a great deal of resources to fight this out. So we are currently still fighting it out. On the bottom left-hand side, you see the Grama Devata temple there. It's called the Polerama in Telugu. So where it's a small 200 square yards of land being trying to encroach by the local mafia. So this is where we try to bring a change and restore our Dharma. The Dharma Pracharam. So as you can see, we make sure we take a saffron flag, take the Bhagavad Gita, and donate to the local villages and tie them to their houses and give them the bhajana kits and the samuhika pujas and the Dharma Pracharam by our gurus. And the health support camps, we create a lot of health support camps with the help of our volunteers, especially in the conversion affected areas again, and where we actually have a health and support and an accident insurance for all our volunteers working for our trust. And the dharmic awareness in rural villages is one of the most important aspect of our Dharma and our activities. And today, most of us will be surprised to know there is the halal meat that is offered to the Grama Devata temples, in Hindu temples. So this is where we try to educate the villagers, saying that halal is not a part of a culture, and the Grama Devata temple only takes jatka meat. So this is where we bring a change, talk to the villagers, and then make sure we support them in all aspects, both financially and emotionally. And there is somebody for you who can take care, listen to what you have. And another very critical and crucial part of Dana Dharma Charitable Trust has been passionate enough to create local leadership. It is not just because of one organization or one trust, all the problems that we have today for our Sanatana Dharma is gone. No. It is our responsibility to create local dharmic leadership. So these are a few non-profit organizations that we have been supporting, and now these people have gone far and wide in their local villages. Most people are now to a leader of a sarpanch a local elected body, or in the coming times, they might even be an MLA of their town. Most of these people have their own bikes, but it's almost impossible to reach interior villages without having proper transportation. But yet again, we were able to support all these activities with the help of our donors and volunteers. We would like to thank each volunteer and donor who is making this possible on the ground. And Dana Dharma Trust believes in small change with more number of people rather than big donors. So this is why we were able to create a difference, not just to many Gramadevata temples, volunteers, and dharmic presence in both the Telugu states. We have a decent presence on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. This is what we have accomplished so far. In the last 4 years, our footprint has gone far, and almost every district of Andhra Pradesh and at least 40 to 50% districts in Telangana state. Our key accomplishments so far has been reaching more than 200 Harijana Girijana colonies and supporting more than 6 dharmic NGOs, feeding more than 18,000 feed pregnant mothers, and helping more than 3,000 Gramadevata temples with puja kits. What is so special and the USP for Dana Dharma Charitable Trust? I appeal the Sanatana Dharma can be restored only with seva and epicentered with Gramadevata temples in Harijana Girijana colonies. We are looking forward for your support, and always thanks for arranging this and your patience listening. Jai Bharat Mata, Jai Shri Ram. From Dana Dharma Charitable Trust, I would like to thank Vikramaditya Strategic Initiatives and the entire team and crew who are behind this initiative. And this is so great to represent what we are doing on the ground and what and how seva and dharmic sense can prevail and restore our Harijana Girijana colonies. I would also want to thank each one of you and pose any questions that you might have for us. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Venkatji. Always very inspiring to listen to you. I'm listening to you probably the second time, but for me, this project has been, like I said, the hidden gem. And a lot of people have been asking for, maybe if they can volunteer there, they have friends who will do seva. And so if they want to reach out, they can go to danadharma.org, isn't it, Venkatji?
Namaste. Yes.
Namaste.
So yeah, please reach out to danadharma.org or you have my email, vutukuri.venkat@gmail.com. I'm based in California, but I almost operate in a US and India time zones. So any small support is always helpful for us. So we are getting a lot of requests to restore Harijana Girijana Gramadevata temples on the ground. So please support us. Together, we should be, as Umendraji said before this meeting here, we are actually donating, but to wrong places. That's true. So whenever you donate, make sure it is dharmic. With your donation, your dharma, your country should benefit out of your donation. It's not the other way around. So I strongly urge every NRI, especially to those who are actually inclined towards dharma and soft cornered, not to fall prey with your donations to adharmic NGOs, but support the groundwork, support Dana Dharma. Thank you so much. Jai Shri Ram.
Venkat, great presentation. Great work you are doing. It's phenomenal. This is the need of the hour in Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, definitely. My question is that what is the caste configuration of Dana Dharma Charitable Trust that you are yourself running? I mean, is it upper caste dominated, or you have OBCs and our Dalit Sahodaras who are working with us? That's my question, because I am always, I'll tell you where I'm coming from. I believe the responsibility of saving Sanatan Dharma is not only of the upper castes. it is a duty of every Sanatani Hindu on this globe. So my dream is to see a Dalit Sahodara as a prime minister of this country someday.
Omendraji, very valid point. I would like to answer here. Most of our volunteers are neither Brahmins or from upper caste. So you will be surprised to see in most of our volunteers are from SC/STs. So that's where we are. I'm more to the ground. So I support
Wow.
anybody who actually come to me and say, "Hey, I have a big temple. Do you want to donate money?" I say, "Is it located in a Harijana Girijana colonies? Then tell me. We'll be glad to
Wow,
support you."
that's my hat
So
off to you. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. So this is the kind of configuration, the people, the kind of people that you're working with. That's great. So are these paid employees, or like, or they are the swayamsevaks, karyakartas? What is the modus operandi that you actually work on?
no, we don't pay a salary to our volunteers. All we help them is with their transportation cost. That's all we do. But we actually pick those people who are already working, self-established to an extent,
Yes.
and those who are really working on the ground and just need some financial backing to do it more. So all the projects that we do are not my brainchild or somebody's brainchild. There, all the projects that we have done are from the ground. Whatever the feedback we receive, that is what we incorporated in all our projects.
Wonderful. Last question. I'm quite obsessed with this whole thing about documenting. So I was wondering if you are documenting this work that you're doing. What I mean by that is that how many Grama Devata temples have been destroyed. You can take a sample area of say about 50 square kilometers or 20 square kilometers, and then extrapolate it to the state of Andhra and Telangana, because Andhra and Telangana are also one of our battleground states, like Kerala and West Bengal. A different kind of battle is being fought in Andhra and Telangana. So documenting is very critical. If we want to go to fellow Hindus, if we want to go to international community to fight this evil of conversions, then we need to know how much has been the damage, what is the percentage of Hindus having been converted, how many temples have we lost. So if you could, focus on that, I'm ready to contribute some financial assistance to that effect, because documenting is critical.
Yes, very valid point, Omendraji. So I would like to answer quickly on there. One thing was the conversions that are going in southern India are the phase 2 of conversions. So most of us will be surprised. So most of the SC/STs are already 80 to 90% converted in villages, especially in the coastal regions. Any state, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Karnataka, any state you go, Andhra Pradesh. So there is a big project that's actually going on. So now the things that are happening is phase 2 of conversions. When I say phase 2, what that means is upper caste, low to I would say poor people in upper caste are now targeted. So it is just a matter of time. If you don't fight, we are going to lose this battle very soon. So now I'm very happy to say that there are a lot of organizations who are actually working on the ground. It's just we need a little more support from each one of you who is listening here to think what we are doing and support the groundwork. So that is more important.
Yeah, but documenting.
Yes, Omendraji. Yes, I will make sure I have a proof of concept for you. So we have the list of temples, but as you said, some deeper work needs to be done to document it. Yes.
My suggestion is hire people who can do this for you, so that we have a proper document to circulate around the globe to Hindus, that this is what is happening. This is the scale of conversions happening, and that is what we need to fight. Thank you so much, Venkat. Over to you, Richa.
Thank you, Omiji. I think one other question is, have you, I think in the news, we are hearing a lot more about what is going on in Andhra Pradesh in the recent times, a lot more church planting, a lot more conversions and things like that. Do you think that there has been an acceleration after this, the new government, or just recent years? Have you seen it?
I would definitely hate to disagree with anybody who is actually saying the other way. So it is real. It is happening. In the last 70 years of our country's history, especially in the Telugu states, there was never been any a Hindu face who would actually work on the ground and say, this is not supposed to be done. So these conversions are illegal. You cannot do it. So there is never a government who actually understand the Hindu needs, and everybody wanted a piece of the minority vote share and want to even convert more rather than less. So yes, this is happening and this is real. And if you don't know, the listeners don't know it, it's just that we have just closed our eyes. But if you just look around, you will see it.
Perfect. All right. So great. Great presentation. I think hopefully people are going to get excited by the whole concept and all the news that we are seeing in Andhra Pradesh. And every dollar that is donated is definitely going to go to the right cause. Your sincerity is all visible, and the work that you're doing is phenomenal. And I think, how many temples did you say? Around 45 temples or so that you've built?
Yes, in the last few years, we have restored more than 45 temples, and our 2022 short-term goal would be to do it in 100 mark.
Very good. Great. So, if you have some sort of a budget per temple that, people can sort of say, okay, we can come together and donate, or one person can adopt a temple and donate an idol or something. Yes. I think if you have an idea of that, please let us know.
Yes, Richa-ji. Our temples, the Gramadevata temples especially, these are very small projects. Most of it would start with around 75,000 rupees, ranging to 2.5 lakh a maximum. So that is the budget, and with that minimum amount, we can restore dharma to almost like at least 50 to 60 SC/ST colony families. So that is the huge rate of return for our dharmic investment. So this is what we do.
Thank you so much, Venkatji.
Thanks, everyone.
Yes, I exhort everybody to donate. Thank you very much for your presentation.